Galactus and Phoenix are widely considered among the most powerful beings in comics universe, but fans have always wondered who the more powerful is between the two. This video will present two events in which Galactus and Phoenix fought each other. In Excalibur number 61, released in 1992, Rachel Summers, the avatar of the Phoenix Force, flies in deep space. A celestial consciousness as old as creation forsook godhood in search of purpose, a reason for being. She glides across new planets, past recently born stars, before selecting one, watching the multitude of life present. Suddenly, she sees something that attracts her attention, a corrosive energy dissolving the planet's surface, eating through to the core, and draining its life force. She recognizes the obscenity and the machine from which it issues, and she knows the architect who stands behind this, Galactus, the Devourer of worlds. Phoenix tells Galactus that he must deactivate the machine as the world bears life, but Galactus refuses and says that he needs to sustain. Phoenix says that it's wrong to murder a world just to satisfy his appetite, but Galactus tells her to go away, forcing Phoenix to shatter his converter's containment. She tells Galactus to forgive her for destroying his machine, but she had to save the planet. Galactus tells Phoenix that he is weak and consumed by hunger, and that her intrusion will cost her dearly. He attacks Phoenix, who tells him that her cause is just, and that she will fight him to death. The battle roars between the two until Phoenix overpowers Galactus and drops him. Phoenix tells Galactus that he doesn't have the strength to continue this fight, demanding that he renounces his evil ways, but Galactus tells Phoenix that the stench of death clings to her, no less than to him. Phoenix says that any destruction she has caused pales in significance to the stars and the civilizations that have died by Galactus' hands. Galactus says that he does that to survive, and for choice, he would feed on barren worlds or civilizations in decline, while the Phoenix feeds on life itself. Phoenix admits that she destroyed a sun, and the world it warmed, and she acknowledges her sin and bows beneath its burden. But Galactus says that it's not only about a single sun, but the source from which she steals her power. The universe is finite, and in birth and death, there's transition and advancement in living. But nothing new is created, as life must feed on life. Phoenix says that she's sustained by the warmth of life's cycle, but Galactus says that this could be enough in her natural state, but won't be sufficient to maintain her activities on this plane, as she destroyed the dying planet she was trying to save from Galactus. Galactus is about to die, as his strength is depleted, but Phoenix is not weary nor hungry, because she taps into a source of near-limitless potential, the sea of life yet unborn. Galactus wonders who the greater evil is in this case, he who devours life, that has run its course, or Phoenix who denies existence to generations of the future. Sensing that Galactus has spoken the truth, the Phoenix is engulfed in a cold emptiness and leaves, as Galactus rebuilds his cosmic converter with a gesture, and begins to feed again. He knows that the Phoenix can never escape the guilt that now consumes its tortured soul. The second confrontation takes place in Generations Phoenix and Jean Grey number 1, released in 2017. The book opens with a young Jean Grey, also known as Marvel Girl, at a beach in Italy. She smells water and hears the waves crashing against a nearby shore. She knows that this is not a dream or an illusion, but this is not where she was seconds ago. Whoever zapped her to this place thinks that she needs a vacation, and with a psychic nudge, she hides her uniform from anyone who looks at her. She reads others' minds and thinks that there's nothing new about this feeling, as a quick mental sweep will help her fill in the blanks. She then comes across her older self lying on the beach. However, the younger Jean realizes that this is not her older self, as much as the Phoenix Force itself. It's like looking into a mirror and barely recognizing herself. She has only seen this version of herself, through the eyes and the idolizing thoughts and memories of others. But she knows the Phoenix well, through the nightmares that chase her when she sleeps. Jean Grey, the powerful host of the Phoenix Force, and the embodiment of both life and destruction. She died years ago, leaving the Phoenix to hunt her younger self. Jean tells her younger self that there's no need to hide, because she can sense her. Jean tells younger Jean that she is from the past, but younger Jean says that she's from the future. Younger Jean doesn't know how she got there. In the present, the Phoenix is coming after her, and now she's in the past, with the Phoenix herself. She asks her older self about the Phoenix, about its full capabilities and limitations, and where it came from, but Jean says that they shouldn't talk about this at the beach, and invites her to her favorite diner. Younger Jean says that the Phoenix powers are insane, and that she's trying to read her mind, whether it's intentional or instinctive. Older Jean thinks that the X-Men are dead, and for a second, younger Jean considers telling her that her friends are still alive, but she doesn't reveal that. They then go to a nightclub, because older Jean wants to forget about the hurt and the confusion she suffers from. Younger Jean repeats her question about the Phoenix, but her older self asks why she wants to know so much about that. Younger Jean remarks that she wants to know about the Phoenix because it's coming for her, and she needs to fight it, because she doesn't want to be consumed by it, and because a guy from the beach has followed her, and she can see through his disguise that he is the degenerate illusionist known as Mastermind, and he's going to mess with older Jean's mind so bad. Jean tells her younger self that she will show her what the Phoenix means, and flies with her into space. It takes the Phoenix minutes to travel from Earth to someplace far away, and younger Jean wonders how she can stand against such power, capable of casting aside the principles of physics with such ease. Jean tells her younger self that this is where she is needed, and younger Jean feels that the Phoenix power is nearly omnipotent. They find the planet's inhabitants running from something they can't escape, namely Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, and his herald, Terrax the Tamer. Galactus is about to consume the life force of the planet, but Jean interferes and tells Terrax that he and his master will leave this planet immediately, or suffer terribly. Terrax tells Jean that she doesn't know whom she's talking to, and that Galactus is paying her no attention, because she is irrelevant. Jean reveals her Phoenix power, and easily takes Terrax down, who begs her for mercy, but Jean tells the herald that she's life, and life is not known for its mercy. Galactus attacks Jean from behind, remarking that he knows her, and that he reveres the power she has. But Jean blasts Galactus, demanding that he feed somewhere else, as this planet belongs to her. Galactus knocks Jean down, remarking that he's the one with the power cosmic, and will take what nourishment he wants, from where he wants, and siphons the energy out of Jean, threatening to kill her, and if he does that, time gets broken badly. Younger Jean interferes, and begins to draw telepathic energy from everywhere around her, including the people of this planet, Terrax, Galactus, and the Phoenix Force itself, creating her own Phoenix psychic aura. She punches Galactus in the face and knocks him down. Galactus is impressed by Jean's power, and decides to spare this planet, but threatens to destroy the Phoenix if it stands in his way again. Jean tells her younger self that 2 Phoenixes are too much for Galactus, and says that Phoenix is here to save lives. But younger Jean knows that this is not true, as the corrupting force is saving a world today, but soon it will devour planets. Jean considers telling her older self what's coming for her, but the Watcher suddenly arrives, appearing only to younger Jean. He tells her that her other self can't see him, or hear their conversation, and that while he can't interfere, the choice she makes to tell the Phoenix about the future would impact everything that comes after, but he's forbidden to reveal, whether for better or worse. Jean decides not to tell her older self about the future, Because although she can prevent her descent into darkness, there's no telling what might be destroyed, and Jean can't take the risk. The Watcher tells Jean that she has believed that she had no control over her fate, but at this moment, by letting time play out without interference, she proves to be in total control. The Watcher takes younger Jean out of this reality, to another time she doesn't belong in. With younger Jean gone, without getting the chance to say goodbye, Jean says that they both know they will meet again. So as we have just seen, in the first fight, Galactus states that he is weak and consumed by hunger, and that's probably why Phoenix managed to defeat him rather easily. While in the second fight, Galactus knocks Phoenix down and siphons her power, threatening to kill her, forcing younger Jean to interfere, and saves the day. Fully powered Galactus and Phoenix are insanely powerful, and who would win in a fair fight between the two is hard to tell, as it's the power cosmic against the limitless life force. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and have a nice one.